Here's more than 3,000 years of ancient history in less time than it takes to microwave a burrito. Hit it. It all starts with the Nile. Since you can't drink a tall glass of sand, people figure out that they should probably start hanging around this river thing in about 7,000 BCE. For the next 4,000 years, people get really good at farming, and then eventually two independent kingdoms pop up in Upper and Lower Egypt. Except, whoops, Upper Egypt is on the bottom and Lower Egypt is on the top because the Nile flows north. Anyway, both of these kingdoms are united by the pharaoh Narmer around 3100 BCE, and it's also the advent of ancient emojis, aka hieroglyphs. Thanks, Egypt. Things really get cooking during the Old Kingdom around 2700 BCE. The capital is Memphis. No, not that one. That one. And we get some of the world's best selfie spots, like the Great Pyramid here, and the Sphinx. Many of the major Egyptian gods also arrive on the scene, and there is a huge run on gauze bandages because Egyptians are now mummifying everything. But by around 2200 BCE, Egypt falls into the first of three intermediate periods, or as Egyptologists refer to it, a total. But don't worry, it all works out. Welcome to the Middle Kingdom. Order is restored, sort of. The capital moves around a bit, ends up in Thebes, which becomes Luxor, which is why we have a pyramid in Las Vegas. Foreign invaders drop by to spice things up a little bit, but by around 1500 BCE, we are at the shining, golden age of Egypt. That's right, it's the New Kingdom, baby. This is the age of rock star rulers. We're talking Hatshepsut, Thutmose, Akhenaten, Nefertiti, Chad. I don't think Chad was a pharaoh. King Tut, Ramses II, all your favorite pharaohs are here. Anyway, they build lots of cool stuff. Life is great. Egypt becomes an international power. Then it all gets funky. By 664 BCE, we're into something called the Late Period, and that's when the tombs we're excavating tonight were built. It's a messy time. The Persians are like, hey, maybe we should rule Egypt. And then the Greeks are all, that looks like fun, maybe we should get in on that, which they totally do when Alexander the Great invades. He ushers in the Ptolemaic dynasties. Skip ahead, there's a bunch of those. The last of the Ptolemies is Cleopatra, and I think we all remember that, well, things didn't end very well for her. And in 30 BCE, Egypt falls to Rome. Whew. So there you have it, a very incomplete version of Egyptian history with new finds being made all the time.
Back in Algorifa, we arrive at the entrance to the high priest's tomb. We enter the claustrophobic tunnel. It's hands and knees from here. The cramped passage goes back hundreds of feet. It's believed that this tunnel was dug by grave robbers thousands of years ago, who reached the high priest's tomb, but weren't able to loot his sarcophagus.
How's it looking, Zahi?
We arrived. I can see the sarcophagus.
We got a room.
Oh, God. There.
Finally, the tunnel widens, and at last, we're in the presence of the high priest himself.
He looks like a king. Shows you how much power these priests had in this dynasty.
With his likeness depicted as a pharaoh, it's unquestionable that this was an immensely powerful high priest. Zahi's read of the hieroglyphs on the lid of the sarcophagus confirms it.
His name is Yeret Heru. And he was not only the great of five, but he was also the priest of Hathor.
Right.
And the priest of Neat. And he was also director of the throne.
Director of the throne.
Of the throne.
The list of honors bestowed on the priest seems endless. There's probably no modern comparison I can make for this man, whose tomb was his reward for a life as a conduit between humanity and divinity.
Josh, look.
Oh, my word. This is amazing.
Look at the modeling.
So for people maybe who don't know, in the Old Kingdom of Egypt,
Dynasty 4.
Dynasty 4, they would make things called reserve heads, and they were and they were basically backup systems. If your mummy was damaged or destroyed and you had one of these reserve heads, you could still get into the afterlife. Am I right in saying that we don't usually see things like this?
I never discovered in the late period anything like this. He's bald because most of the priests were bald.
Yes.
And they had a title, the bald priest, in that dynasty.
Yeah.
Because the priest inside the temple of Thoth should be bald.
Right.
Bald.
I'm going to be there in a few years.
You will be?
Yeah, I'm headed
no, I
there.
think you're okay.
This is amazing.
Actually, I am, as an archaeologist, I'm very impressed.
This sarcophagus has rested here untouched for thousands of years. What's inside? We're about to find out.
Okay.
Josh?
Yeah?
I think let us
See where we are?
Yes. God, it's a beautiful mummy.
Okay, so
يلا يا ريس محمود.
We can see, oh my word, look at that. It is an intact
يلا يا
mummy.
ريس ايه بتعمل ايه تاني؟
So, the status here is the top of the sarcophagus, the head, is hitting the wall a little bit, so we're gonna try to reposition a little bit, slide it open further, and get a better look. But we can see, I think at this point, we do know we have an intact mummy inside the sarcophagus, so we're in good shape so far. Yes! Yes! Yes, we got it, okay. So, let me come in here.
Now, wait,
And we can get
wait.
a proper look.
Wait.
Oh my word! Look
Oh.
at this! Look at this!
Oh, God. I can't believe this.
Look!
This is incredible.
at this.
Oh,
We are seeing a beautifully preserved mummy here.
it is completely wrapped, completely with linen. And I can see artifacts here. And look at this. There is gold. There is gold. Look, this is gold.
Unbelievable.
This is gold. Shela.
As Zahi pointed out, we have this gold banding that runs down the middle and this figure. Be careful here with these boards, guys. And so to give people a sense of this, we have here on top, you can see this, at the top of this golden banding, we have this figure here, which may be Isis, this very important goddess,
And a scarab.
and a scarab. Look at that.
A scarab.
He's just
means
found a scarab
existence
inside.
For the afterlife. The scarab was above the mummy itself. Wow. Yalla, Rais Mahmoud.
So this is Isis and her wings here, we think, which is Isis, a very important goddess in ancient Egypt,
and there is
goddess
the
of
children,
life,
the children of Horus.
love and protection.
The children of Horus are also
Oh, yes, they
in
are.
the four sides here.
And so, again,
Maybe
just like on the lid of the sarcophagus,
Look,
we see
look.
the four children of Horus.
In gold.
We see them down here in
cased,
gold.
cased with gold.
Absolutely amazing. So these, again, are the four children of Horus. Horus, the god of kingship, the god of the sky,
Yalla,
and very much seen as the sort of protector god of
Yalla.
Egypt. So we're going to do a little repositioning
Yalla,
here.
Rais.
We're going to
Yalla,
take some
Rigala.
of the wood out so
Yalla.
we can get a better look at the mummy here. Okay, so we have a better look here now at the top of the mummy. We can see it's beautifully wrapped, absolutely incredibly wrapped. And again, you see this golden, you see this golden banding and these wings here. It's really amazing. Yes, Sahi.
It's, this mummy, I have to tell you, what you are looking for today, here it is.
Zahi, believe me, you're exceeding all expectations.
Josh,
This is
Josh,
outrageous.
I was afraid that the mummy that we'll discover tonight could be like the one
Right,
we
poorly
found,
preserved, yeah.
But look, this man
This is
was
beautiful.
like a king.
Yes, that's what I was just saying.
The
It's-
huge sarcophagus.
These priests are so
the
powerful.
mummy, the mummification process, the type of the linen,
Yes.
how they tied it, and the golden pieces, the layers of gold that you can see above the metal from the feet up to the chest here, with the four children of Horus and Isis, as you see in the sarcophagus here.
Absolutely stunning.
This is really amazing moment in my life, and this is why I really want to say I'm very happy. Oh, Rais, شيل البتاع ده. اوعى. Okay, perfect. Okay, very good. Just now, hold your breath. You can see the whole mummy as a whole now. Oh, okay. Goodbye.
Well, that was where we left things during our live broadcast from Egypt. I've had time to reflect on that night, and I have to say I am still struck by what a profound honor it was to be in that tomb at that moment. I've been lucky enough to see my 2 children born, but I expect this will probably be my only Great of the Five Priest. Our discovery made headlines around the globe, and we've kept in close contact with Zahi's team. The mummy we revealed is being prepared for transport and study at the new Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza. To date, archaeologists at Al Gharifa have found dozens of sarcophagi, more than 40 mummies, stunning jewelry, and hundreds of sacred ceremonial figurines. I can also tell you that in the short time since we left Egypt, the team has excavated more of the necropolis and has unearthed several more burial shafts leading to chambers yet to be explored.